When you're lost in the rain in Juarez and it's Easter time too, and your gravity fails and negativity don't pull you through, don't put on any airs when you're down on Rue Morgue Avenue. They got some hungry women there, and they'll really make a mess out of you. Well, if you see St. Annie, please tell her thanks a lot. I cannot move, and my fingers, they are all in a knot. I haven't got the strength to get up and take another shot. And my best friend, the doctor, won't even say what I've got. Sweet Melinda, the peasants call her the goddess of gloom. She speaks good English and she invites you up into her room. And you're so kind and careful not to go to her too soon. And she takes your voice and leaves you howling at the moon. Well, up on Housing Project Hill, it's either fortune or fame. You can pick one or the other, though neither of them ought to be what they claim. And if you're looking to get silly, you better go back to from where you came. Because the cops don't need you, and man, they expect the same. Now all the authorities, they just stand around and boast how they blackmailed the sergeant at arms into leaving his post and picking up Angel, who just arrived here from the coast, who looked so fine at first and left looking just like a ghost. Well, I started out on Burgundy, but soon hit the harder stuff. Everybody said they'd stand beside me when the game got rough. Well, you know the joke was on me. There was nobody even there to bluff. I'm going back to New York City. I do believe I've had enough. the kind of guy puts on a motorcycle jacket and he weighs about 105. He's the kind of surfer, got a ho-daddy haircut, and you wonder how he'll ever survive. He's the kind of frogman wearing 20 pounds of counterweights and sinking in the sea like a stone. He's the kind of soldier, got no sense of direction, and they send him in the jungle alone. But when the frost's on the pumpkin and the little girls are jumping, he's a hard-loving son of a gun. He's got 'em waiting downstairs just to sample his affairs, and they call him a spoonful of fun. He's the kind of person going riding on a skateboard and his mind's raging out of control. He's the kind of person goes to drive a Maserati, puts a key inside the wrong little hole. He's the kind of ski bum tearing wild down the mountain, hits a patch where there ain't any snow. He's the kind of cowboy, got a hot trigger finger, shoots his boot 'cause he's drawing kinda slow. But when he comes in for bowling, he's an expert at rolling, sets the pins up and lays them right down. He's got them taking off the heels and they like the way he feels, and they call him a carnival clown. Well, he's got a parachute and screaming like Geronimo and makes a little hole in the ground. He's the kind of logger when the man haulers timber, gotta stop and look around for the sound. He's the kind of artist, rents a groovy little attic and discovers that he can't grow a beard. He's a human cannonball coming for a landing, and he wonders where the net disappeared. But when he takes off his shoes, it won't come as news that they're lining up in threes and in twos. He's got 'em pounding on the door, got 'em begging for some more. He's got them pounding on the door, got 'em begging for some more, and they call him whatever they choose. Gentlemen can watch while I'm scrubbing the floor, and I'm scrubbing the floor while you're gawking. And maybe once you tipped me and it made you feel swell in a ratty waterfront in this ratty old hotel, but you never know to who you're talking. You never know to who you're talking. Suddenly one night, there's a scream in the night, and you yell, "What the hell could that have been?" And you see me kinda grinning while I'm scrubbing, and you say, "What's she got to grin?" And the ship, a black freighter with a skull on its masthead, will be coming in. Then you gentlemen can say, "Hey girl, finish the floors, get upstairs, make the beds, earn your keep here." You toss me your tips and look out at the ships, but I'm counting your heads while I make up the beds, 'cause there's nobody gonna sleep here. Tonight none of you will sleep here. Then that night, there's a bang in the night, and you yell, "Who's that kicking up a row?" And you see me kinda staring out the window, and you say, "What's she got to stare at now?" And the ship, the black freighter, turns around in the harbor, shooting guns from the bow. Then you gentlemen can wipe off the laugh from your face. Every building in town is a flat one. Your whole stinking place will be down to the ground. Only this cheap hotel standing up safe and sound. And you ask, why do they spare that one? And you ask, why do they spare that one? All night through with the noise and to-do, you wonder who's the person lives up there. Then you see me stepping out in the morning, looking nice with a ribbon in my hair. And the ship, the black freighter, runs the flag up its masthead, and a cheer rings the air. By noontime the dock is all swarming with men, coming off of that ghostly freighter. And they're moving in the shadows when no one can see, and they're chaining up people and bringing them to me, asking me, kill them now or later? Asking me, kill them now or later? Noon by the clock, and so still on the dock, you can hear the foghorn miles away. In that quiet of death, I'll say, right now. And they'll pile up the bodies, and I'll say, that'll learn you. And the ship, the black freighter, disappears out to sea, and on it is me. Suzanne takes you down to a place by the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night forever. And you know that she's half crazy. That's why you want to be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that come all the way from China. And just when you want to tell her that you have no love to give her, she gets you on her wavelength and lets the river answer that you've always been her lover. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you think you'll maybe trust her, for she's touched your perfect body with her mind. And Jesus was a sailor when he walked upon the water, and he spent a long time watching from a lonely wooden tower. And when he knew for certain only drowning men could see him, he said, all men shall be sailors then until the sea shall free them. But he himself was broken long before the sky would open. Forsaken, almost human, he sank beneath your wisdom like a stone. And you want to travel with him, and you want to travel blind, and you think you maybe trust him, for he's touched your perfect body with his mind. Suzanne takes you down to a place by the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night forever, and the sun pours down like honey on Our Lady of the Harbor, and she shows you where to look amid the garbage and the flowers. There are heroes in the seaweed, there are children in the morning. They are leaning out for love, and they will lean that way forever, while Suzanne holds the mirror. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you think maybe you'll trust her, for you've touched her perfect body with your mind. Why are these bugles crying for squads of young men drilled to kill and to be killed, stood waiting by this train? Why the orders loud and hoarse? Why the engine's groaning cough as it strains to drag us all into the Holocaust? Why crowds who sing and cry and shout and fling us flowers and trade their right for ours to murder and to die? The dove has torn her wings, so no more songs of love. We are not here to sing, we're here to kill the dove. Why has this moment come when childhood has to die, when hope shrinks to a sigh and speech into a drum? Why are they pale and still, young boys trained overnight, conscripts forced to fight and dressed in gray to kill? These rain clouds massing tight, this trainload battle-bound, this moving burial ground, sent thundering toward the night. The dove has torn her wings, so no more songs of love. We are not here to sing, we're here to kill the dove. Why statues towering brave above the last defeat hold words and lies repeat across a new-made grave? Why the same stillbirth that victory always brought, these hours of glory bought by men with mouths of earth, dead ash without a spark, where cities used to be, for guns probe every light and crush it into dark. The dove has torn her wing, so no more songs of love. We are not here to sing, we're here to kill the dove. and why your face undone with jagged lines of tears that gave in those first years all peace I ever won. Your body in the gloom, the platform fading back, your shadow on the track, a flower on a tomb. And why these days ahead when I must let you cry and live prepared to die as if our love were dead. The dove has torn her wing, so no more songs of love. We are not here to sing, we're here to kill the dove. After the revolution and the old king's execution, 4 years after, remember how those courtiers took their final bow. String up every aristocrat, out with the priests and let them live on their fat. 4 years after we started fighting, Marat keeps on with his writing. 4 years after the Bastille fell, he still recalls the old battle yell. Down with all of the ruling class, throw all the generals out on their ass. Why do they have the gold? Why do they have the power? Why do they have the friends at the top? Why do they have the jobs at the top? We've got nothing, always had nothing, nothing but holes, and millions of them living in holes, dying in holes, holes in our bellies and holes in our clothes. Marat, we're poor, and the poor stay poor. Marat, don't make us wait anymore. We want our rights, and we don't care how. We want our revolution now. 4 years he fought, and he fought unafraid, sniffing down traitors by traitors betrayed. Marat in the courtroom, Marat underground, sometimes the otter and sometimes the hound, fighting all the gentry and fighting every priest, the businessman, the bourgeois, the military beast. Marat always ready to stifle every scheme of the sons of the ass-licking dying regime. We've got new generals, our leaders are new. They sit and they argue, and all that they do is sell their own colleagues and ride upon their backs, or jail them, or break them, or give them all the axe, screaming in language that no one understands of the rights that we grabbed with our own bleeding hands when we wiped out the bosses and stormed through the wall of the prison they told us would outlast us all. Marat will go, and the poor stay poor. you down. The bloodhounds are sniffing all over the town. Just yesterday, your printing press was smashed. Now they're asking your home address. Poor old Marat, in you we trust. You work till your eyes turn as red as rust. But while you write, they're on your track. The boots mount the staircase, the doors thrown back. Poor old Marat, in you we trust. You work till your eyes turn as red as rust. Poor old Marat, we trust in you. Broken windows and empty hallways, a pale dead moon in the sky streaked with gray, human kindness overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Scarecrows dressed in the latest styles, with frozen smiles to keep love away. Human kindness, it's overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Lonely, lonely, tin can at my feet. Think I'll kick it down the street. That's the way to treat a friend. Right before me, the signs implore me. Help the needy and show them the way. Human kindness overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Think I'll kick it down the street. That's the way to treat a friend. Right before me, the signs implore me. Help the needy and show them the way. Human kindness, it's overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Firefly platform on sunny Good Street. Violent hash smoker shook a chocolate machine involved in an eating scene. Smashing into neon lights in their stoneness, smearing their eyes on the crazy cult goddess, listening to sounds of Mingus, mellow, fantastic. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. La la la. In dollhouse rooms with colored lights swinging, strange music boxes sadly tinkling, drinking the sun, shining all around you. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. La la la. The magician, he sparkles in satin and velvet. You gaze at his splendor with eyes you've not used yet. I tell you his name is love, love, love. My, they sigh. My, they sigh. La la la. La 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 Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. When he finds out the things you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's nose, so crimson in the dark it glows. If you're not asleep when the boozers close, you'll get a belt from your dad. You look so scruffy lying there, strawberry jam tufts in your hair, and in the world you haven't a care, and I have got so many. It's quite a struggle every day, living on your father's pay. The bugger drinks it all away, leaves me without any. Although we have no silver spoon, better days are coming soon. Now Nellie's working at the loom, and she gets paid on Friday. Perhaps one day we'll have a bash when Little Woods provide the cash. We'll get a house in Notting Ash and buy your dad a brewery. When he finds out the things you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's face. You're growing up a real hard case, but there's no one else can take your place. Go fast asleep, mammy. Got up sometime in the afternoon and you didn't feel like much. Said to yourself, where are you, golden boy? Where's your famous golden touch? I thought you knew where all the elephants lie down. I thought you were the crown prince of all the wheels in Ivory Town. Look at your body now, well, there's nothing much to say. And a bitter voice in the mirror says, hey, Prince, you need a shave. Now if you can manage to get your trembling fingers to behave, why don't you try unwrapping a stainless steel razor blade? That's right, it's come to this. It's come to this. And wasn't it a long way down? And wasn't it a strange way down? There's no hot water, and the cold is running thin. Well, what do you expect from the kind of places you've been living in? Don't drink from that cup, it's all caked and cracked along the rim. That's not the electric light, my friend. That is your vision that is dim. Cover up your face with soap. There, now you're Santa Claus. And you've got an A for anyone who will give you his applause. I thought you were a racing man. Ah, but you couldn't take the pace. That's a funeral in the mirror, and it's stopping at your face. That's right, it's come to this. It's come to this. And wasn't it a long way down? And wasn't it a strange way down? Once there was a path and a girl with chestnut hair, and you spent the summers picking all the berries that grew there. There were times she was a woman, there were times she was a child. As you held her in the shadows where the raspberries grew wild, and you climbed the highest mountains, and you sang about the view, and everywhere you went, love went along with you. That's a hard one to remember. It makes you clench your fist, and the veins stand out like highways all along your wrist. And yes, it's come to this. It's come to this. And wasn't it a long way down? Wasn't it a strange way down? You can still find a job, go out and talk to a friend. On the back of every magazine, there are coupons you can send. Why don't you join the Rosicrucians? solutions. They will give you back your hope. You can find your love in diagrams in a plain brown envelope, but you've used up all your coupons except the one that seems to be tattooed on your arm along with several thousand dreams. Now Santa Claus comes forward, that's a razor in his mitt, and he puts on his dark glasses and he shows you where to hit, and then the cameras pan the stand-in stuntman's dress rehearsal rag. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some are gone and some remain. All these places had their meanings. With lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my